Guys, welcome back to Lex Paranormal, a show all about paranormal experiences, investigations and capturing what we believe to be the unknown. So today we're introducing a brand new show. This is the Lexfiles, completely different to the investigative show that we are doing on season 1, which is Capture the Unknown in a separate playlist. If you haven't checked any of those videos out, please do. I highly recommend them. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. If you'd like to see more stuff like this, please leave a comment below and let me know, and I will keep pushing these videos out for you. So this is going to be reactions, real life experiences, Q&As, shout outs, anything that you want will be on this show rather than the last one. So today's show is all about what got me investigating in the first place. An event that happened 10 years ago with my best friend Stuart from How Cool Is That Exploring. You've seen him on the videos, and this really opened my eyes up to what we could potentially find in the unknown. So I hope you grab yourselves a cup of coffee, hot chocolate, get yourself some tea, biscuits and whatever, sit down and I'll explain my true experience with the paranormal when I was 17 years old. So sit back, relax and enjoy as we dive into the Lexfiles. So this here, in the heart of Epsom in Surrey, was the old mental asylum for West Park. And this is where my friends decided to take me when I was 17 to show me what urban exploring was really like. I'd never been to an abandoned building before, let alone one of this size, but when we got there, it wasn't as creepy as I first thought it was going to be. We were on top of a hill looking down on Chessington theme park, which I thought was nuts, that it was that close to, well, an asylum of all things. So I thought that was it. I mean, you could see the rides from the top of this hill. A brief thing about this hospital: it was founded, I think, in 1902 and it opened in 1923, so that's how long ago it was. And it was open for almost 100 years, give or take, probably about 85, 90 years, and it was closed in 2003. So this thing had been derelict for 7 years when we got there, and the stuff that we saw was insane, to say the least. I am not usually in touch with that much of an emotional state when I visit places, if that makes sense. I can't walk into a hospital and I feel sad because it's all bad stuff happening. I'm not that kind of person, but this hit me different. We would walk through a children's ward first. That's the way we had to go through. I think it was a children's ward. The beds were tiny, but we had to walk through this ward to get into the main area of where we're trying to get to, and I instantly felt horrible. I felt sad, I felt sick, and I was overwhelmed by looking at kids' toys, kids' beds, drawings on the wall, and that's what let me realise that this is not going to be a normal day for me, and I wasn't disappointed. The piano, that was a crazy part of the day. So this was early on. We'd only been in the building for probably 15-20 minutes. We walked through 2 rooms, I think, and I could swear I could hear a piano, and that was not unsurprising. We thought there probably would be a piano, and we know there was construction guys further down in the further wards, and that's why we couldn't start at the front. So maybe it was one of them had found it and it was just echoing through the building. That's what we thought, but didn't turn out that way, unfortunately. So we were going through we've gone through the children's ward, we've gone through a patient ward, and there was like a rec room, I think, or I don't think it was the cafeteria. I mean, it must have been some sort of big box room. There was toys everywhere, tables and chairs smashed to pieces. There was ripped tapestries on the wall. The wallpaper had been obviously chipped off over time, but in the corner there was a smashed up piano, like unplayable. We tried the keys, didn't play. It wasn't only me that heard it, so we decided to maybe there was probably another one. And for the whole day, no matter how much we looked and how long we spent in different parts of the asylum, we couldn't find another piano, and not one that worked. And to this day I still believe it was a haunting sound, that it wasn't actually being played. I think it was something playing tricks on us. If it was just me that heard it, I would have probably just thought it was me being crazy. Unfortunately, there's 4 of us in that building, and 3 out of the 4 of us heard it. And so that was the start of when things started to get really weird. And I was, like I said, didn't believe in this stuff anymore. I was a huge skeptic going into a building thinking that it'd be haunted. So, but yeah, so the piano was stage 1 of what we believed would be the most eye-opening haunting in my experience so far. So this next part is a little bit weird. I only heard it, so it could only be me. It might be me. I mean, I wasn't really freaked out after the piano, but I was on edge enough that I didn't know if I wanted to be in the building anymore, so it could have just been me. Now, we were going through past the piano room, and it was a long corridor, and it had rooms on either side, so it was like a hospital wing, if that makes sense. So they weren't, yeah, so that's probably what they were, just hospital wings, but we didn't see any bed frames or anything left, but they were the size that you would imagine a bed ward would be. So we thought we'd hang around in there for a little while. Our friend Kerry wanted to take loads of photos, so well, yeah, we'll just chill. I was talking to my friend, then he decided to go off and get some photos of his own. So I was just wandering through the rooms, and I was just trying to find anything that I could get a date for, I think, and that's when I found the letter. Now this is really cool. So I opened the letter. It was dated like 1983, I think it was, and it was from a nurse to the family of a dude who sadly passed away inside the hospital. Now, don't really know what was going on. The letter didn't obviously speak about too much, and if it did, I didn't really want to pry. So I just read the top few lines, just trying to get a base of who the letter was for and what it was for. And basically, the patient had died, and at the same time, there's a kid he knew that was in there that had also passed away. I don't know if they were like related to each other at all, but you know, they were both mentioned in the letter. So I remember I pocketed the letter so I could show the rest of the guys later on. I was heading down the corridor to find them, and out of nowhere just heard laughter, sinister children's laughter, and I couldn't explain it. Now the group didn't hear it. They were further down than I was, but I definitely heard it. And I went to investigate it, see if there was anyone else. Again, it could have been kids that just broke in, like they broke in, we climbed through a fence. But they could have come in after us, and maybe they were just behind us. So I backtracked and couldn't find a sign of anyone else there. We could hear the construction guys talking further down. None of them sounded like this laugh, not one. And that's when my brain started to question everything about what I was feeling in that building. And I wouldn't say I was quite there yet. I still didn't think it was ghosts at that time, but it was shocking enough that I didn't know how to process what I just heard. And unfortunately that led on to the third and final stage of the haunting that I encountered. And after that, my life was never the same.
Now this was the most terrifying thing I have ever encountered in my life. It changed my world. Made me believe in things that I didn't before. Scared the life out of me, made horror movies more real for me. Got me really interested in watching new paranormal investigators on YouTube. For years, I've watched 9 years worth before I started doing this. And I figured that it's about time I got the answers for myself. And that's why I started investigating. It's hard to explain what I saw that day. Well, coming back through, I was heading towards the exit, and the group were ahead of me. I stopped off in the children's ward. I had to put that letter back that I'd previously pocketed, so I wanted to go back and put it back. And separating myself from the group was a decision I wish I hadn't done. Well then, now I don't mind. Now it's opened my eyes up to something that can't really be explained yet, and like many others out there, I want to dedicate the rest of my life to find out if we can prove it. And I'm having a lot of fun doing that, and I've met some great people doing that. But I was truly terrified. We were heading back through the children's ward to head back to the group who were waiting by the back entrance for us to get out. And I felt like I was being followed. Definitely didn't feel alone in the room. And then I heard tapping. Best way to describe it is if you knock on a window. That distinctive kind of sound that you can always get, and I was so scared I didn't want to turn around. I was adamant someone's fucking around with me here. They're trying to scare me because I don't believe in it and stuff like that. So carried on walking, got to the next room, and again banging on the window, but louder, faster. Sounded naily, not flesh, not bone. Sounded like nails hitting the window. And I looked, and what I saw, I can't even explain it in full detail. It was a black mist in front of the window, and peering through that black mist was these horrible red and yellow eyes. And it hurt to see it. I never ran so fast in my life. I screamed, ran towards my friends, shaking, and I had to try and explain to them what I saw, and I couldn't. It was hard. And they went back in to see if they could see it, and it was gone. And that image has stuck with me all this time. That's why I do it. I've really I've never felt fear like it, and now I'm aiming to find more, mainly friendlier things, but hopefully nothing like that. But that is the reason why I do what I do, and it so far has done. I've found things that I've been looking for, and I absolutely love doing this, and I really can't wait to get back at it. I don't know what I saw that day. I can't tell if my brain was playing tricks on me. I don't know if someone was pulling my own leg. But how do you can't fake that. There's no way that anyone could have faked that in front of me. If you believe what I'm saying, that's thank you. If you don't, then that's obviously your choice. But and if you don't believe in it, what are you doing on paranormal channels? But yeah, that's the story of West Park Asylum. I'm never going to forget that day. Right, and there you have it, guys. Thank you for joining me on this special episode, first of the series on Lexfiles. I hope you enjoyed the story. It's completely 100% true. Please let me know if you have any similar experiences. If you've ever seen anything like that, comment down below. Message me on Twitter at Paranormal Lex. Or like I said, put it in the comment section down below. Now, just before we end the video there, I just want to say a huge thank you again to everyone who's supporting the channel. It means a great deal to me and Nadine, and we love doing these videos, so I'm really looking forward to doing some more. If this is the kind of thing, like I said, if you like it, if you want to know some more stuff about me, Q&As, reactions, more experience stories, if you want me to re-watch a previous investigation and feed it, react to that at the same time, it would be a fantastic way to start this Lexfiles show off. And this is stuff to do when I can't actually get to locations to investigate, so it's a good little filler, it's a good fun thing to do, and again it lets you get to know me as a person a lot more than you would just watching me investigate things. So without further ado, I'm going to end the video there, but before I do, I just want to shout out a couple of people. The first one being my cousin Cabby Bam on Banana and Milk on YouTube. If you'd like to click the link down below and take a look at his channel, a bit more ranty, very topical, and a good laugh to watch if you do need to cheer yourself up during a lockdown. But great, absolutely great content. Great guy, obviously biased, my cousin, but yeah, fantastic stuff. Please subscribe to him and check him out.
Next one is Paranormal Exploration. I have you on Twitter, and also subscribe to yourself on YouTube, so I'd like to shout you out as well. Fantastic support, very vocal, very caring of the community, and your videos are good, so I really want people to go and check you out as well if they haven't already. The next one goes to Gold Coast Paranormal, and again, links down below. Fantastic paranormal channel, definitely worth checking them out. And last but not least is Charm City Paranormal, and I will leave everyone's links down below, so please follow them. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. I can't wait to see you guys again. Thank you very much, and peace.